What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. So, I just released the Mage Blade PvE build for Deadlands. So, I thought I'd follow up with, the Sorc. So, this is the revamp of Omega. So, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right, we're going to see 31,000 max magicka, health 19,900, really nice. Magic recovery currently 14, spell damage currently 41, weapon damage 33, spell crit 46, weapon crit 58. Currently, the spell crit will get to 58%. Spell and physical penetration is at 7-8. Everything's been allocated into max magicka. We will be using, of course, once again, the Thief Mundus and Ghastly Eyeballs. Okay? Back bar, you're going to notice the drop, once again, in the spell crit. So we are very dependent on spell crit pots. Very, very important. Because when I drink the pot and I go back in, now we're at 58. Okay, now we're at 50. All right, once again, 30,000 max magicka. Health looks good, and our penetration looks great. Okay, so let's get into the sets. We're going to be using, once again, Tiscaven's Precise, except this one, we want that Shock enchantment instead of the fire. Why is that important? You should know why if you play a Sorc, right? So you get extra shock damage by 5%. So you definitely want that glyph with the shock. We're going to use once again, the infused Maelstrom Perfected Lightning Staff. Does not need to be perfected. It can be the regular. But we want that infused with the weapon damage enchantment. Once again, we're going to use Molokina infused, max health. That's what pushes us up near the 20. And then, of course, Perfected False God. Now, Kina. This is a really, once again, powerful set. It's going to give us spell damage of 560, but increases the cost of our abilities by 8%. To offset that negative effect, we use False God, because while this is equipped, it reduces the cost of our magic abilities by 8%, thus giving us the capability of scaling our spell damage higher. Now you'll notice my head's light. So when I come down to the shoulders, I'm only wearing one. Count it. One medium. Where my Mage Blade, I wear 3 medium. Why? Why? Because of the passives. Now this is a high elf, but it's very important. You have to know the numbers. That's the trick in every build. If you slap them all the same, you're going to get different, results based on your incapability of understanding the classes and the races properly. So we go into the medium. That agility is going to give us 2%. Now, why is that important? Why don't we want more? Well, it's simple, because the Sorcs already get it. Expert Mage 4%. So in the Mage Blade, I had to wear 3 to get 6% because they don't have this. But the Sorcs already have 4% because I'm using 2 Sorc abilities. They already have a passive in their system. So this allows me to only need 1 piece of medium for that bonus. Thus also allowing me to do what? Maintain the critical value that the Nightblades get inherently that the Sorcs don't. thus give it where I'm wearing 6 light. Aha. 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 And what's that called? Indifferent value. Ta-da. Yes. Yes. So, medium, max magicka, or Kina, shoulder. Divine. Divine chest. False god, waist, divine, magicka. False god, hands, divine, max magicka. False god, breeches, divine, max magicka. Shoes, false god, divine, max magicka. Now, we're going to use all 3 Tuscavans jewelry on this. 2 infused, 1 bloodthirsty, and of course, the staff. Okay? Pretty simple. Now let's go over the skills. Now this is a non-pet Sorc. If you want to configure for a pet build, you can do that, but I prefer this layout. Primary bar. Once again, degen. It's going to be our form of major sorcery, and it gives a really nice dot damage. Crushing shock, nice interrupt, nice amount of damage. Crystal frag, no brainer. Now, if you're going to use a pet on this, you're probably going to use 1 pet. Either that or give up degen and then rely on pots. That's an option. I'm using Haunting Curse because I can set this and it's going to fire twice. So I got 2 Sorc abilities on both bars. That's going to give me 4% on both bars. Now, you notice I also have what? Camouflage Hunter and Flawless Dawnbreaker on this bar. Flawless Dawnbreaker I can use, but it's not my primary LT. Summon Atronach is. The reason I have those 2 abilities slotted because of the changes, the Fighters Guild passive in Slayer is going to give us an additional 6% spell damage. Yes! Yes! Back bar. We're going to use Mystical Orbs. Now, if you're going to use a pet build, you can get rid of Lightning Flood on this bar. And, of course, probably your Camouflage. I wouldn't recommend it, but those are 2 you can get rid of. But because I'm not a non-pet build, Lightning Flood, Unstable Wall of Storms. Now, typically, I would be using Barb Trap here, but I need a form of Major Expedition. That's what Race of Time is going to give me. So I'm going to lose 3% for slotting this. You can go ahead and put Barb Trap or Lightweight Beast Trap there, but you'll lose the Major Expedition. So I do recommend that you take a Race Against Time just for the starter, because once Tuscavans procs up, you won't need to cast this, but it's still a good form of Major Expedition. Camouflage Hunter once again, and of course, Summon Atronach. Alright. Looks good, right? Let's go see what it looks like with stats once we get the modified stats. Alright. Now, once again, we're going to be dependent on pots, so heads up. Let me get my stacks. Hard cast. I'm just trying to get my stacks. You do want to get the 2 light attacks in. Okay, so we're at 72 and over 6.5. Oh, we can get over 7. Seven three. 7-3 with 72 crits. There you have it, boys and girls. There you have it. Said and done. Once again, we came, we saw, we conquered. My only question is, what meta? As always, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. Have a nice day.